What's up guys, I'm JacobTSuggs and welcome back to another video, and today is yet another Star Wars based video because frankly I've got nothing better to do, so why not talk about why I love Vice Admiral Holdo and think she's a great character, talk about why Poe Dameron has some fantastic development in The Last Jedi, and I guess just further discuss why I love this film so much and why it kind of means a lot to me. Now, I did previously do a Star Wars based video as to why I don't believe that Rey is a Mary Sue and is actually a great character as well, and if you haven't seen that video, link will be down in the description down below, or a card's gonna appear up on the side of the screen. One of the two, it'll just be there, so if you haven't seen that video, I'd highly recommend it, and maybe check that one out before checking out this video if you're interested. First off, let's talk about Poe. Now, after he won on Takodana and blew up Starkiller Base in The Force Awakens when literally nobody else could, it's very clear that he got cocky and figured that he and the rest of the Resistance were on top. In fact, we all thought that they were on top until the very beginning of The Last Jedi, when Poe screws up and essentially costs them the upper hand. It's an important lesson. Stay humble when you're on top, but know that not everything will work out in the long run. We all make mistakes no matter the achievements we may have had in the past, and that's kind of important to keep in mind. Now, Poe thought that he could blow up a dreadnought, and yes, although he succeeds, it comes with massive casualties, causing the Resistance to automatically and instantaneously lose the upper hand. The Resistance at the very beginning of The Last Jedi loses the majority of their soldiers, fighters, and frigates, including a lot of their bombers and attack ships, so Leia reasonably and justifiably demoted him. This is where Admiral Holdo comes in. There's a very specific reason as to why she doesn't let Poe know the plan, and that's kind of a complaint that I see a lot of people have with the film, when in reality, I don't really get how it's a complaint at all. It's not because Vice Admiral Holdo just doesn't want to tell Poe the plan. Poe was demoted to a captain, so right off the bat he just doesn't have access to knowing executive commands anymore first off, and he doesn't really have access to knowing this stuff right away like he's so used to having. Secondly, Admiral Holdo doesn't tell him the plan because, well, Poe Dameron needs to be taught a lesson. The Last Jedi is all about characters learning from their mistakes, and Poe learns that sometimes fighting is necessary, but sometimes it isn't needed in order to be victorious, and being silent is just as strong as doing something in an X-Wing. We further see this when Poe comes up with a plan, and a very good plan, to attempt to stop the cannon from blowing up the shelter on Crate by using the skim speeders in the old Resistance fortress. However, he also realizes that the Crystal Foxes are escaping on their own with the help of C-3PO, and stops to think for a minute and ultimately succeeds in helping the Resistance escape at the end of the film. That's his entire character arc, and Holdo is just a massive piece of that particular arc. It's fantastic, and I don't understand how somebody could just act like Holdo simply just strips away all of his masculinity, when in reality she builds upon it and helps Poe become a better soldier, a better pilot, a better leader, and ultimately a better man. Great men always learn from their mistakes and use those mistakes to gain wisdom and experience, and Poe Dameron does this on his own and with the help of others throughout the entire film of The Last Jedi and in the entire story of that film. And finally, another reason why Holdo doesn't tell Poe the plan is, well, she's in command. She doesn't have to answer to people below her and shouldn't even have to have this as a problem. Now, a lot of people complain about Holdo's sacrifice in the film, but it logically works out if you're asking me, and to me it makes sense. She flew up against a flat-shaped ship at light speed, and Luke obviously couldn't have done the same against the Death Star, which is a giant spherical object that doesn't have wings or anything, and is filled to the brim with mass and other things inside of it. But perhaps the best defense for this argument is, remember that time in Return of the Jedi when an A-Wing pilot flies straight into the bridge of the Executioner, the giant Star Destroyer, and blows up the entire thing at once? This is literally the exact same concept, but on steroids. Point is, if a little A-Wing can take out a giant Star Destroyer, then I'm pretty sure that a bigger ship going at a much faster speed could take out something much larger. But why is Holdo a great character? Well, it's because she is the spark that burns the First Order down when Poe Dameron so desperately wanted to do this himself. She's the listen and is the one and only character in the film who succeeds in the midst of failure right away. She's Poe's foil and a great catalyst for the film and for his character and for the Resistance. So at the end of the day, I feel like Poe Dameron has a fantastic character arc in this film, and it doesn't strip away his masculinity or anything like I previously stated, but rather reinforces it, and he's a better man, fighter, and soldier by the end of the film through Holdo's leadership and just from learning from his mistakes. I thought that Rian Johnson did a fantastic job with this film, and personally, I love The Last Jedi. It's alright if you don't like it. I can understand how somebody could disagree with the creative choices in the film, and you're certainly not wrong if you dislike the film. I mean, subjectivity is a thing, and I think that we can all respectfully disagree or agree with one another about a movie. I mean, there are bigger things in the world than movies, but at the end of the day, they're fun to talk about and something that I really love and am passionate about, so why not just give out my thoughts on some complaints that I don't really see as complaints. I don't know, I just thought it would be fun. That being said, I'm Frame by Frame. Remember the name, please like, comment, and subscribe. Give this video a big thumbs up if you liked it, and while you're at it, why not give it a share? If you are interested in taking a look at my Patreon, my link is down in the description below, as well as places where you can find me online like Twitter and Letterboxd and stuff like that. And if you are interested in purchasing some Frame by Frame shirts, link will also be to that down in the description down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. May the Force be with you.